Oh, hello everyone. Hello. Welcome to Friday Tea with me, Madame Askew, and Monsieur Gâteau, who is in the comments in his own way. He's actually sitting at my feet making demands about tea time, even now as we speak. Apparently it's time for treats, as he would like to emphatically reminds me. Hello, dear Deborah, and I believe Yogi is here and dear June is here. Hello, Bee. Hello, my darlings. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Deborah. Hello, June. Oh, all right, yes. Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh, thank you. It's one of my personal favourites, I must admit. A gift from friends, and it is by the wonderful hat maker, Morgan, who out of the Bay Area, who is sadly retired from hat making, but I do have 2 of his hats, and I'm very grateful. Good evening, dear Joseph. Hello, Anne. Good evening, Anne, Madam Anne. Hello, dear Andy. How wonderful to see you as well. Good evening, Robert. Oh my goodness. Monsieur Gâteau, the treats, not the fingers, please. It's apparently he's wasting away. I don't really know, Deborah, how I keep him from attacking my head, because when I pull this chapeau out of the hat box, he does go for it every time, and so it must be kept in the hat vault at all times when it's not on my head. But as soon as I put it on, he does not go after it, so I don't know what the magic is. Oh my goodness, please give my love and kisses and hugs to Clan Azar, and congratulations to all of the young people on their first week back at school. First week, or is it the second week? Time really is hard to keep track of. Oh my goodness. Oh, Zagnut. Oh, snackies. Oh, that's really good. I actually don't have a word for them. Monsieur Gâteau just fetches me when it's time, and I know he's fetching me because he has this particular manoeuvre. Hello, Edward. Hello, Robin. Good to see you tonight. I am trying a new tea this evening. It's an Italian tea. We shall see how it is. It smells fantastic, I have to tell you, absolutely glorious. And look at this beautiful teacup. Isn't that a beauty? Yes, thank you, Denise. It is, in fact, a teacup chapeau. I have 2 different teacup chapeaus, this one and a lovely sort of flaxen number, and I adore them both. So, cheers. Oh my goodness, that's lovely. Very floral, but No, I do not feel in good voice tonight, to be honest. I do feel a bit attacked by the allergies of the world. Ooh. Robin tried a new cocktail tonight called the Gold Rush. It's rye, maple syrup and lemon juice. It sounds really like a bit tart sweet. It sounds good though. How is it? So the tea tonight is Il Mistero della Venere, which means the mystery of Venus. That Venus, the goddess Venus. Hello, Andy, Franklin, how lovely to see you, my dear. Oh my goodness, and it comes from a place called La Via del Tè, which is the road of tea. Oh my goodness. It's a very heightened language on this packaging. It's gorgeous, beautiful little packets. Oh, just bought a plague mask and hat. She is ready for Albertsons. That sounds lovely. Hello, Weldon. Ooh, no, Joseph, green tea with citrus peels sounds lovely, actually. Very refreshing summer tea concoction. You know, I must tell you, Deborah, this tea does read a bit like opera. La via del tè propone I migliori raccolti da tutto il mondo. I mean, it sounds a bit like opera at that point. Anyway, the language is very, very flamboyant, as is the tea. The tea is a nice black tea, very, very smooth tea, and it has a bit of something floral in there that I haven't quite pegged yet. Not fruity, but it has a beautiful perfume to it. So lovely. Oh yeah, no, Yogi, I do think we should all ask for pictures of Lady June Squirrel's Plague Ensemble for her outing. Oh, all right. So Robin says the Gold Rush is good. She's enjoying it. It's a bit too sweet for her husband, but it sounds delightful. Hello, Alicia. Good evening. Hello, hello. So I think the tea is a bit too hot still for me to get a really perfect sense of it, but oh, I wish I could peg the flower they're using. It has a very sweet, lovely fragrance to it. There's some, I don't know if they're edible, but there are some flowers in Italy that are rather famous. I think they're called gelsomine, and they look a bit like what do you call them, honeysuckles, and so it could be something like that. The perfume of those flowers is extraordinary. I don't think I can do it justice, but if you ever visit Italy, if your time travelling in adventures, or you know, the adventures when we're able to travel again, take you thither in the summer. If you go into the hills of Tuscany or the mountain towns of Tuscany and Umbria, you can actually smell the gelsomine from quite a distance, and it perfumes the air for miles away. It's the most heady, mysterious fragrance, absolutely exquisite. It's not quite what's in the cup, but you know, you have the mixture of tea with the flowers too. I would say this, it is rather like ambrosia, Deborah. It is heavenly, in fact, as befits a goddess. A little bit mysterious. There's a bit of a honey quality to it, just a sort of sweetness without any sweetener in the tea. I don't think I'd start my day with this cup of tea, but I love having it in the afternoon. It would also be very nice after a repast, as a, not quite a dessert tea, but you know. Hello, Ray Von Ray, it's good to see you. No, the tea is in fact divine. 2 teacups up for this tea. It is from Firenze, and of course Firenze is in the middle of Tuscany, so gelsomine grow all over that part of the world, or that part of Italy anyway. It is yummy. It is, and I have precisely this much, very tiny little packet, just a tiny amount, so I shall be enjoying it. It's from Florence, it's from Firenze, and the place is called La Via del Tè, which means the road of tea, and I would actually have to spend a bit of time translating the entire paragraph that is on the package, but it is very florid language about how they are just preeminent proponents of really glorious, fabulous tea, and I think that is accurate. So, and the name is Il Mistero della Venere, which I will hold up to the camera for you to see. It means the mystery of Venus. And no, but yes, the best gelato. Yes, the best gelato. Oh no, do not even get me started on gelato. You think I'm difficult about tea. You think I'm persnickety about whiskies. Oh no, I'm a monster when it comes to gelateria. I cannot be trusted. I am that person who has a very strict sensibility about what makes a truly exquisite gelato, and I will settle for nothing less. Dears Andy, I'm so happy you could be here. Andy Franklin. If you are departing for the evening, thank you for spending a few moments with us. It's always good to see you. Hello, Kate, Christian. It's good to see you. Oh, good. All right, Alicia. Good. No, I probably could pass it out, but it would take me a few more moments than I would like to spend reading it aloud and translating it aloud right at the moment. But it's not impossible. It's not, certainly is not reading Petrarch or something like that, and trying to translate that on the fly. Oh, the food in Firenze is absolutely exquisite. I did not live in Firenze, I lived in Rome, in Roma, città aperta, which is a beautiful city as well, but much more Baroque than Firenze, which is much more Rinascimento, Renaissance, and so I tended to like the art of the Renaissance a bit better than the Baroque, so I preferred the art and the architecture in Florence at the time. Oh, thank you. Is it this one you're looking at, Cindy? I love it too. It was a gift, and I enjoy it. I thought it looked very dapper with this particular ensemble, and that it would pick up the chapeau, but I also could not help but wear this very sweet little teacup in blues and roses, which I thought looked really nice. Thank you very much. I love my teacup chapeau. Oh, Yogi. No, Florence, I think, is a lovely place to be when you're young too. The statuary is gorgeous. I remember I was rather young the last time I was there also, and I just remember you could feel all the grooves in the stairs where people had been walking for hundreds of years, and as I am a bit of a fan of poetry, especially some of the Italian poetesses like Gaspara Stampa, I really enjoyed walking in places I thought some of these poets may have once walked, and it was also lovely to see the places where all of the famous paintings had actually happened, and to sort of experience that ambience and touch the same walls. So, good evening, dear Barbara. Oh no, the Museum of Scientific Instruments in Firenze and Florence is really a delight. Isn't that where they have is it Da Vinci's middle finger on display, I think? Very charming. So, oh, But, you know, when we are able to travel again, perhaps you could nip off for a trip to Italy. Perhaps convince one of your daughters to go with you just to Florence. You know, just go to one city. I know that many people like to travel many places, but I prefer to go to fewer places and spend more time in one place so I can really bask in that area. No, Da Vinci would absolutely leave his middle finger lying around. It's very much in character. Oh, Barbara, well, Rome is just it's a remarkable, vibrant city. Of course, there's an adventure around every corner. June, I would happily go with you. That would be a delight. I speak enough Italian still to be useful. So, but no, it's so beautiful, and one of the things that the Grand Arbiter and I very much look forward to when we are able to reschedule our trip abroad, which included a visit to Italy, is going to Firenze once more, because they have actually quite the tea culture there, and a number of really fabulous places to have tea and to buy tea, which, having lived in Italy, I was shocked. It's such a wonderful country for, you know, those who prefer the bean. Oh, that's everywhere. So I was shocked to discover that Firenze has quite the tea presence. Oh, yeah, no, Kate, seeing Botticelli's Venus in person is a breathtaking experience, truly. I think something that occasionally does us a disservice, this is not a topic I thought we'd get off on tonight, so it won't take us too far down the art appreciation rabbit hole, but something I think we are all missing occasionally when we are studying art before we have the opportunity to go see the original masterworks in a museum in person, is that a photograph captures a great deal, but it misses also a great deal. The brush strokes, the immensity, and in some cases the exquisite smallness. There are a few pieces that I always presumed were much larger than they are, and they're just really small, tiny little pieces, and ever so exquisite. And then the Botticelli's Venus is huge. It's a really large piece. Hello, Captain Evie. It's so good to see you. The one that I was so pleased that I got to see in person, of course, I must admit, is the Sistine Chapel, although I did not spend the full hour in the chapel, but it really is incredible to view. Oh! Well, I don't know if the Arbiter and I will have the opportunity to see the Mona Lisa. We do intend to view quite a bit of art in Paris when we go. I'm being optimistic that all things will come to pass in the future. So we hope to make that happen. Go to many museums, but we may skip the Louvre because it is so overrun and the lines are so long. We may go to some other smaller museums where we can also see really exquisite art, but spend more time with it. Oh, yeah, no, the Rembrandts. Ah, that must be exquisite. I've never seen. Well, I haven't seen the really large ones. I think I've seen a couple of small ones in New York on visits there. When I was last in England, dear England and Scotland, I spent most of my time amongst the lace. But I did permit myself to be dragged off to see some really gorgeous exhibits of Pre-Raphaelite art, and the pieces are all human-sized or larger. So all of those women who are indolently lying about in fields of lilies, or swanning about in really drapey fabrics, or contemplating murdering someone, whatever the spirit moved them, they're all at least 5'6", 2 meters. They're really tremendous, and so it's like walking in and just seeing this person waiting to discourse with you about poetry or something. I just can't imagine those women having mundane conversations about the grocery list, or the shopping. Hello Kitty, it's lovely to see you. Apparently we're talking about art tonight. I blame the Italian tea, actually. Oh, this gets better with every sip. I think that this is a sort of tea that steep number 2 will actually be better, a bit more exquisite. Good evening, dear Axton. How lovely to see you. I'm so glad you could join us for our Friday night tea and silliness. What a treat. So we have been talking about art and tea in Italy. No, I'm very excited to take the Grand Arbiter on a tour of Italy, and even though it's a small tour, if any of you should ever have the opportunity to go and you have not been, you must certainly let me know in advance so that I may share some of my favourites with you. I certainly will be sharing some of our plans and plots when the trip actually looks like it might really happen. Of course, we were meant to be there actually right now this year, but perhaps next year, knock on wood. No, I think hats are a must for book club. I must tell you, Alicia, and everyone, I have not had the opportunity to meet Mr. Axe in person, only to discourse with them via, carrier pigeon and various ether mails and that sort of contrivance, but they are very dapper individual, and so hats highly encouraged. I know I shall be pondering what chapeau exactly to wear, and perhaps I shall build the entire ensemble around the chapeau for Sunday. Yes. No. Yeah. No. I hope someday the trip shall come. Oh no, Barbara, you are quite correct. One must have antipasti when one is in Italy. It's the rules. I didn't make the rules, they're just the rules. And one must eat all of the pasta too, all of them. Oh good, I'm so glad you're have enjoyed the book. I think it's really a delightful series of adventures. It's very nice to have these sort of snack-sized stories to enjoy and to learn the characters a bit more as we go. Ah, Robin, tempting us with soppressato. Oh, so good. Oh no! Oh, Alicia's out of tea. Thank heavens, tomorrow you should have fresh tea supply, because that is a terrible state of affairs. Not to be born. No. Hello, Jamie. Thank you for joining us tonight. June says she thinks she will wear a tiara for Sunday. Excellent choices. Good choices. I think a tiara is a perfect option. Tiara, fascinators, Edwardian hats, large hats, small hats, all the hats, toppers of many a variety, unicorn horns, all encouraged. I do think it's nice to dress up a bit for book club, though. Oh, no, you, clearly, Alicia, you must enjoy some Italian nibbles for those of us who don't have such delightful shops near and dear to them. Although we do have one really lovely imports store here in Tucson, where I'm sometimes able to indulge in some very Italian treats. Oh, Barbara, I'm so sorry that you have to work instead. You shall be missed at tea and books, or we can call it book club, but it's really tea and books, isn't it? So on Sunday, but I shall be once again streaming the book club meeting to Facebook, so it will be archived if you wish to see the discussion with the author post-mortem, I suppose. Oh no, Alicia, that's I'm certain your husband is a very lovely gentleman, but that is horrifying. Ooh, plum jam and orange curd, Cindy. That sounds delightful. And Robin is tempting me with cannoli in Los Angeles. Yes, please take me to the Italian market. I would like to first of all flirt with everyone and eat all the cheese. The cannoli is just a bonus at that point. Deborah, if you wear your Carmen Miranda headdress on Sunday, I shall be elated. I shall be filled with such joy. Now, remember, however, the most important thing is that you are there on Sunday. But if you also bring the Carmen Miranda headdress, bonus. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, just a bit, honey. Just a bit of, I cannot place the flower entirely, but just slightly floral, slightly sweet, very smooth cup of tea. No, Karen, I do hope you will be at book club on Sunday. I know it's very early in the morning for you on Monday morning, so I appreciate that you are willing. I know the time zones make it very difficult. I clearly need more tea, actually. No, Alicia, do not taunt me with your Italian nibbles. Although really I do need to make something delightful in the pasta experience. You could tell I lived in Italy because I cannot say pasta, I must say pasta. So, ooh, chocolate covered cannolis. Oh, keep well in the refrigerator. or the frigorifero. That's your Italian word of the night. Frigorifero. I think it's so much nicer than refrigerator. Karen, I'm glad you can be here before your D&D game. Thank you for joining us for a wee bit. May the dice roll ever in your favour. Hello, Brittany. Yes, 8:30 in the morning on Monday if you are near Adelaide in Australia. Very, very early. So thank you for doing that, Karen. Hello, Herdine. It's good to see you. Good evening from Hawaii, or it to Hawaii. Oh no, Robin, I agree. The cocktail is a sad loss, but to have the last of the tea spilled everywhere, hither and yon. Ah, such a loss. Oh, Barbara's son. So good. Herdine, he is near. He's sort of, I don't know if I can get him in camera. He was much more involved and chatty at the beginning of tea, but once he had his treats, he was sort of done with me. Let's see, I'm sort of clearing the pathway. He was behind my sewing bag, so let's see if you can see a bit of Monsieur Gâteau. There he is, amongst the fabrics, the caftan fabrics, looking very regal indeed. Oh yes, and full of opinions, as you can see. Silly boy. So he's here. He's nearby, anyway. Oh no! 2 downed martini glasses. So many drink disasters. Tea, cocktails. Oh no. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Monsieur Gâteau is a beautiful boy. He's mostly a very sweet boy as well, although he does get into the Dickens, or up to the Dickens, or, you know, something with Dickens. It's so hard to tell with Dickens, you know, but Monsieur Gâteau is certainly full of the Dickens. I have not been able to convince him to wear his bow tie in quite some time. And he looks so darling in his bow tie. Hello, Christina. I'm so happy you're here tonight. Thank you for joining us. You may have come in just as we were communing with cake, as we are full of the desire to do on the regular. Ooh, Italian flowers as well. Yes, it is a teacup pin. Dear Brittany, it's this lovely teacup pin. Let's see if it's more in the shot now. It's a little blue and rose and light blue number that I really adore. And then just underneath is the whole tea set on a brooch. So I don't know if I've gotten that into the screen. Oh my goodness. Fezzorama has a flying martini glass badge. Oh, Fezzorama. They're so delightful. I'm so happy they brought back their teacup and cross teaspoons hats, though, I must admit. He is looking quite dapper tonight, dear Barbara, and very, very pleased with himself. Actually, if anything, more pleased than he was before. Look at that face. Oh, is there noise? There's noise. Oh dear, he's quite awake now. So, Oh, well, you know, Yogi, I don't ever let my kitties go outside. It isn't very safe, and I could not bear it if something happened to them. So they've never been out of doors. Monsieur Gatto and Fiona do get to go onto the enclosed veranda, however, when the weather's nicer. It is currently far too warm for any of us to be out there on the veranda. Let's see. Oh, where did I get the bottom brooch? It was a gift. Isn't it beautiful? It was a gift. And I don't... Hold on here. There is a tiny, tiny mark. It's made by a company named Sweet Romance. So, it was a gift and I do love it. And I thought it looked very nice with this ensemble tonight. Oh dear, Alicia, yeah, no, computer before bleeing, although it's so hard to remind oneself occasionally to be sensible and wait and save. Oh my goodness. My kitties don't really wait for anything. They just come and fetch me when they want things. Oh, perfect. Captain Evie is having some limoncello. Perfect, 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 especially on a warm summer evening. The kitties are creatures of habit very often. Monsieur Gatto certainly knows when it's tea time, and he follows me about until I give him his treats. But normally when they want something, they just come and fetch me and cry until I follow them wherever they want me to be. And then we do the dance of what exactly it is they would like me to do. Oh, only 101 today. Didn't know. I didn't check. It was 109 last weekend and 106 at the beginning of the week. So for those of you in Canada and Australia, around 41 Celsius. And I know Karen in Adelaide has experienced those temperatures, but I don't think Cindy has in Canada. I don't recommend them. They're terrible. Oh, I would have picked the sword as well, Alicia. So, you know. Madam Anne's dog fetches her for dinner. That's lovely. You see, everyone here agrees the sword was the right choice. Hello, Christian. It's good to see you. No, June, Canada is such a temptation. I really have a longing to visit Vancouver and to experience Vancouver. I loved Victoria Island, and Victoria was just gorgeous. I know I've run on and on about that visit to the Empress Hotel for tea with the Grand Arbiter, but it really was so charming and everyone really was so lovely and kind. And there were some moments of delightful surprise. I long to see more of Canada. All of my experiences so far have been so positive. Oh, 114 in the backyard at the sewing room last night, Selena says. No, that's like 43, 44 degrees Celsius. Something truly horrific. Oh, Cindy's off to Vancouver to visit with her son. That's so lovely. Well, even if you don't make it to Victoria Island, you will have such a lovely time in Vancouver. I've heard only good things. I do have a lovely friend who lives there on a houseboat, and I long to drag the Grand Arbiter across the border for that adventure sometime in the future. Oh no, Darth Vader playing the violin to no crowds. He must be depressed indeed. It's very hard. No, poor fellow. Well, if you are not, I'm going to plug a fellow artist a little bit. If you're looking for a smidge of Canada in your week or your weekend, some quite dear friends who are a magician and a magician's assistant, they're married, wonderful couple, are hosting virtual magic shows through Zoom. I link to it on my personal page, and they are in the Toronto area actually, although I think she's from Quebec originally, but they are in that sort of part of the world of Canada, and it's quite fun. It's a lovely magic show, and they're delightful, wonderful, charming people. Old Tom Gin tastes like fruitcake. Oh, I came back to this conversation at the right time. That sounds wonderful. Very scrummy. Oh no, Brittany, are you starting to have fires in your area? It's not bad enough, it's really hot and we can't really go off and do our normal adventures to get away. But we're stuck with fires too. It just feels like insult to injury. No, Alicia, I suspect you're quite right. I don't imagine that we here in the States will be able to travel outside our borders before 2021, and even then possibly not everywhere, so that makes some planning a bit difficult. We all need a sort of we need to plot a field trip to Vancouver at some point. Yeah, no, it is hot and dry and just terrible here. And I agree with Deborah, if it can just get below 90 in the evening, it can be made sort of bearable. Although I too mostly either sew after the sun sets and it gets quite late in the evening, or in the early morning hours before it starts to get too hot. Karen, yes, very big congratulations to you, and would you do me a kindness? Has the sanctuary online already happened? I've lost track of time. If it has not, will you be so kind as to post a link to that in the Temporal Entourage group? I'm certain everyone would like to be there virtually to cheer you on during your presentation. The Grand Arbiter and I were also supposed to be at Lincoln Asylum this year. It was going to be a bit of a surprise. We were going to present, or at least we were working on presenting. Yeah, but not now. not this year, and who knows about what will be possible next year. So everything is all adventure and the unknown. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful, Joseph. His volunteers made certain he had a cinnamon scone mix and lemon curd from Sprouts yesterday at his desk. It's a very Tea Scout sort of treat. Also, it sounds so good. Alright, good. We haven't missed it yet. I apologise. I really do have a diary, and I do have a schedule, and I do write down appointments, but I also have to check every day to see what day it is. Karen, I shall miss catching up with you in person as well. We had planned to have tea in person in England. I don't know what we're aiming for, honestly, Karen, to be truthful. I think we're just aiming for it to be possible to travel at the moment. Hope springs eternal. The Grand Arbiter's never been to Europe, and I'm so excited to go on this adventure with him for the first time as a, avatar of chaos. We have very grand plans. Ooh, no, you should make it, Joseph. You should make it and enjoy it, and have it. And then whenever we're able to meet, which is not right now, then we shall have other scones. Perhaps I'll make scones myself. So I've been known to do scones from scratch on occasion. I have some really lovely scrummy currant scones that I haven't made in an age. So, although I'll be honest, my favourite are very, very understated scones, so I can relish the jam more that way. I'm so terrible. Yeah, no, you're correct, Karen. It did take 2+ years for the Spanish flu to wane, and many, many losses. I hope that we will not have the same trajectory, but it does not look like we won't, does it? So it's hard to say, but we must all keep our chins up and do our part and stay well so that we may meet again, perhaps in 2022. And I've told Karen this privately, so it's no spoiler, but Karen knows that should she and her husband make it here, that she has a place to stay at the bungalow for Wild Wild West Con. So yes, plain scones equal jam transport. Truth. And really, I still have some tiny smidgen of that beautiful plum jam, because I have a terrible personal habit of really savouring things and doling them out very slowly, especially when I don't know when I shall be able to enjoy them again. And so I'm saving some of that to be transported on really scrummy scones with nothing else going on except butter, cream and jam. Oh, that's so lovely, Robin. So lovely. Oh, June. That's good. June also has a place to stay, complete with cat, Karen. So, there. Karen, we all are waiting for that, honestly. So, it's a long wait. Weaponized scones. Oh, oh, not weaponized scones. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely, Barbara. Good evening, dear David, dear Mr. Holiday. It's very good to see you as well. No, this is actually not a new chapeau. It is merely one I don't wear nearly often enough, to be honest. I should wear it far more often, but grey is not a colour I've had in I've never had a great deal of grey, and so finding things to wear with a grey chapeau has been a bit of a trick. But I discovered that it looks so beautiful with blues, and so I do tend to wear this actually with the Turkish Delight. So when I wear that ensemble, I put this chapeau on, but I also find it goes quite nicely with this beautiful blue dress. Oh my god. Are we talking about dwarven rock cakes? Yeah, no, I have had Robin's scones and survived very, very well. And in fact, the interns may have, I mean, I'm not going to say that fights erupted over the scones, but there were some menacing looks. Hello, Wendy. How good to see you. It's so lovely you're here. No, if one is adding cream and jam to the weaponized scones, things have really gotten serious. Oh, June, that's lovely. That's lovely. These are historic, momentous times, aren't they? Some good things, some bad things. It is normal for the Grand Arbiter and I to visit history and to traipse through the parts of history we like, and the more charming, happy times in history. It is strange, therefore, to be living through historic times for the first go round. No, wait, we're having a food fight with scones. Oh no, the madness is happening. Yeah, no, watch out for the flying rock cakes, and also if Captain Carrot comes in the room, everyone should take cover, truly. Oh, and we're so happy you're back, although getting married is a very good reason to miss tea and adventure. So, welcome back. You know, I feel like it's still Hungarian, Wendy. It's the Magyar people would embrace your addition of spicy sausage, regardless of how it's named. Dear heavens, Mr. Delane has brought in the shortbread. We're all done for now. Oh dear. No, it's we need our Pratchett, don't we? We really do need such authors and such tales and the laughter. Oh no, you know, Alicia, I think it depends entirely on where you present it. I have to say, so Alicia's talking about doing a presentation about Edwardian hats and the Audubon Society. So Alicia, I shall try not to steal your thunder too much, and I apologise. But I too would very much love to see this panel, because the Edwardians drove to extinction some bird species with their obsession with feathers and their very large, very ornate hats. And so the Audubon Society and Edwardian hats, very important connections there. Fascinating stories, fascinating presentation. Personally, out here in the southwest, I think we would be interested in such a presentation. And you see, Selena would be happy to attend. So, and I was just thinking, if you were ever wishing to go to costume college, you would need to actually submit that, because people would be so fascinated. I would love to attend such a panel. I know maybe this much, so I'm not like a total tyro, but I am not an expert on the topic either. So yeah, no, I don't know. I know, Alicia, you're on the East Coast, and so it's a bit of a different sorts of feeling about things. But out here, I think you see, everyone thinks this is a grand idea. We all say yes, please do this panel, do this presentation. So no, Alicia, you would not be outclassed. You would not. I love costume college. Let's see, who else here? Andy made it possible for me to attend last year. Selena has been. I don't remember. Oh, Deborah has been to costume college. Brittany has been. Wendy would help you with research sources. She is a marvellous librarian and researcher. But yeah, no, Deborah's right. It's a common misconception. All right, I'm going to spill the tea. Last year was the first time I ever attended costume college. And I was terrified. I had all of my panels accepted, every single one. I did not even think they'd accept one. So I think I proposed, did I propose 4, Andy, or just 3? But they accepted all of them. And I was so concerned that I would not be up to snuff and that I would not do a good enough job, because, you know, the thing with costume college and their publicity and their press and their marketing and everything they share, they are sharing the most elaborate, the most exquisite, usually the gala gowns and the Saturday night counts. All right, 4 panels. Thank you. I knew Andy would remember because I was just running. Oh no, and Herr Dean is here. I met Herr Dean at costume college, and she was so nice and so lovely and so welcoming. And just, honestly, everyone I met there was incredibly nice and incredibly kind, and my panels went over very well and were really well received, and everybody was very happy to be there. And during the days, people are not so elaborately dressed, and many people are just wearing more comfortable ensembles because they're going to be going to many panels and sitting through lots of workshops and things. Thank you, Joseph. You see, Joseph believes in me, Andy believes in me, but I did not believe in myself. I was so afraid. I had the worst stage fright going into my first panel. And being there that first evening, I felt just such jitters. So many people I deeply admire are also there and also present and have presented for years. But they were really so kind and so lovely. It was a wonderful, positive, fantastic experience. Yeah, not everyone dresses up, even on Friday and Saturday nights, although it's very nice to dress up and be fancy for some of the evening entertainments. Yes, I was wearing my Hibiscus Hurricane costume. I love that ensemble. It's so absurd. So basically what I'm saying, Alicia, and what I think everyone is mirroring me, is you are absolutely up to snuff and you can very much do a wonderful presentation and people will be so happy and hungry for the information as well. I know if my schedule permitted me, I would attend. I would be there. I want to know more about Edwardian hats and the Audubon Society and the attempts to preserve bird life in the face of fashion. Oh no! Oh, Alicia, that's really rough. That's really rough. I have done something similar with talking about how to use the loo and whatnot in costume. Hello, Philippos, my favourite skeptic. Thank you for joining us tonight. Oh my goodness. So I saw some... Yeah, no, Deborah's correct. And as I mentioned, it's very easy to feel insecure when you see the pictures from Costume College. But they're 10% of what's really there, what's happening. So there's a great deal and wide variety and so much diversity in costuming. Is lovely. So, right. So I also saw a few of you talking about the desire to go to Wild West Con. So I do want to talk about that as well. Although Costume College does not pay me to talk them up, but I will happily. So, oh, thank you, Joseph. I really have fun presenting. I love to share what I've learned and what I know, and I love to engage in that dialogue with people. It's one of my favourite things. Oh no, Henry! David, rather. Hello, Renee. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. So good to have you. So, Wild West Con, for those of you who are interested, considering, want to come to this convention, which is my home convention, and at which the Grand Arbiter and I do a frankly absurd amount of programming. I shan't throw out any numbers. But we run all of the tea events, so all of the tea dueling, the tipsy tea fete that normally happens on Fridays, the teapot racing, compliment dueling. We do also host, and then sometimes some panels, and we're there with our Tea Scout friends as well. So we're very, very involved, and I have been attending, volunteering at, or a guest at Wild West Con since the very first year. So I have a long history with the convention, and I must encourage all of you to come out and present and do panels. And part of it is personally just very selfish motivation. I love to see the people I adore sharing their wisdom and their knowledge with people at my home convention. So very selfish there. I love to see it. The other bit is I think it's always good to have new and fresh panels and presentations, and if you haven't been before and you bring your panels and presentations, that is to the good for the Wild Wild West Con community. It is also, June says it is a wonderful, very immersive experience because we're out in the desert. I do have a write-up about attending the convention for the first time, which I will share with any one of you when you are attending for your first time. You should come. It's such an adventure. Do wear really good foot gear. I actually recommend boots. Ankle boots are good. So let's see. So Karen, they do have author panels. Mostly Wild West Con has you present, suggest your own panel topics. If anyone is interested in presenting at Wild West Con and you need help navigating the process, please reach out to me privately. If it is your first time and you are one of my friends here tonight who comes to Friday, Saturday tea, who is part of the Temporal Entourage community, I will help you personally offline with the process. I make that commitment to you. So it is mostly outside. Most of us who are regular denizens were there for Wild West Con this year, which is hard to believe. It feels like it was 5 or 10 years ago right now. Filippo successfully robbed the loser train twice. That's fantastic. So it was right before any sort of quarantine was in place, and there was some concerns, but we didn't really know what we were dealing with entirely at the time, and we all came out all right and unscathed. I think we were also being a bit more careful. So, but nonetheless, it's outdoors, which helps. Brittany asks if the next one's theme has been announced, and yes, it has. Unless they change it on us, in which case I may go after them with my crafting shears. It's Over the Rainbow. So, Wizard of Oz, if you will. Friends of Dorothy, rainbows galore. Oh yes, we will be so gay. So gay. I'm so excited. So it does feel like forever ago though. But yeah, no, I agree, Deborah. They better not change it. It's so happy. It's so upbeat. We need happiness and joy. We don't need sad and dreary. So Oz and rainbows. So yes, do come with your rainbows. Come in your bright colours. Come as the Lollipop Guild or the Munchkins. We do need munchkins and rainbows and glitter and unicorns. Yes, your steampunk Dorothy can live again. That's fantastic. And I think the Emerald City might come out again, depending. Yeah, no, as Evie says, so much queerness going to happen. It's true. It's true. I think you can have every expectation that the Grand Arbiter and I will be very much in the thick of things. And if I can only figure out a way to incorporate rainbows into the teapot racing, I shall. So The Rainbow Bridge of Doom might be back. I don't know. I don't know. There was some concerns over the Rainbow Tunnel, but we might bring it back. So, anyway, yes, this is very much about your interpretation of Oz, and of course, you know, that, as I think Alicia mentioned, some of the Oz books are very dark, but I'd say think about the, you know, Judy Garland, Wizard of Oz, and all of that joy, and the Lollipop Guilds. Yeah, rainbows and teapot racing. Yeah, no. Good night, dear Herr Dean. It's so good always to see you, and my best to your delightful daughter. May you have rainbows galore. I mean, I hope there's a rainbow connection, or 5. Yeah, no, and Evie's right. All connotations are welcome, and of course, part of the joy, I personally think, of steampunk is finding your own interpretations of things, and having your own creative bent for things. I mean, yes, I'm not saying we're going to learn the entirety of the Rainbow Connection with the interns, but I'm not saying we won't. Or a dance routine. Hope springs eternal. Truly, every year I want a dance routine, and everyone else rightfully thinks I am mad. Oh my goodness, Alicia. Oh, that movie Under the Rainbow. Oh my goodness. I love that movie. As you say, it's very funny, but in different ways. Yes. Oh, good. Excellent. Barbara's going to bring her Citizens of Oz. It would be a wonderful year if we could get you out, Karen, but I know it's just not possible. So, oh dear. Hiring flying monkeys. And no, I'm with Andy. I love to see colourful steampunk. It is my favourite, and I think that's really obvious by the costuming that I do for the Grand Arbiter and myself. No, there's plenty of time to practice and sing and to practice the castle dance. Oh my goodness. No, I don't know if it's possible, but I'm wondering if I could convince the interns to be the Lollipop Guilds. Karen, I don't know, but that I think is a really great suggestion. I think Wild West Con is also, you know, waiting to see what comes to pass. And it can be a great deal of labour to set up an online event with or without the physical in-person events. I will tell you that the Grand Arbiter and I stream as many of our activities as we can to Facebook, and now that we've discovered the joys of Zoom, I think we have even more options. Oh no, Alicia, it's not a curse, it's a glorious thing to have all of that colour. Steampunk is more welcoming to it than goth is, for certain. I think if we do have the Lollipop Guild, I shall let everyone know, and all are welcome. So, and yeah, no, I'll keep you I'll keep you in the loop if I hear anything about online happenings for Wild West Con. I have not yet, so Lollipop Guild and Dundon Lederhosen. Andy. Yes. Yes. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. Everyone can have lollipops. And ridiculous hair. And so much twee little shed clothes. So good. So dear David, that green and gold ensemble that you are remembering from that tea is in fact called the Emerald City Ensemble. So if I can bring myself to wear it again, it's very warm, then it will be at Wild West Con. No, I'm also very happy that they've made their defaults and their encryption on Zoom more secure, Philippos, especially as I use it every month for book club and a number of other things. Andy, you are the best enabler, but also it's such a good idea. So good. Yes, Robin, that is what I'm saying. The entire So Askew group is invited to join the Lollipop Guild. We'll probably have to choose a guild day in which we all lean in to the Lollipop Guild. Did I ever tell you all about how I was denied a part as a munchkin because I'm too dour? So I'm going to relive my youth. Ooh, a Discord watch party for the Miss Fisher movie. That sounds lovely. Good fun. Also, Deborah, I love that badge ribbon idea. Suckers! Yes. No, Alicia, there is no too tall. Not in our Lollipop Guild. There's no too tall or too old or too dour. Everyone's welcome in our Lollipop Guild. Can you do the dance or look like you're having fun? Then you're in. All right. Mega munchkin, indeed. Oh my goodness. I don't know if tea-flavoured lollipops exist yet, but I think we should look into it, clearly. But also I know that you can still find those very large, ridiculous lollipops, the ones that are humongous. Those would be really good to bring around, and maybe we have to have lollipop dueling. I don't know. I have no idea what the world will bring. What I do know is we shall have a good time. That's what I know. And there will be pics. There will be pictures. Oh, there's a shop near Alicia if she asks nicely. That's perfect. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Karen, what a delight. That is so lovely. Oh, Brittany got to train Toto. That's so lovely. Oh, dear Toto. I was just at the top end at the time of how tall you could be and be a munchkin. And I was apparently too dour. And I love this lollipop badminton with marshmallows for birdies. That sounds really, really, really good. Hello, Jeanette. You've come in as we're discussing our plans for the Lollipop Guild taking over and invading Wild Wild West Con 2021. So welcome to the wild ride. We started out in Italy and now we're in Oz. That's how we go. So yes, currently we're working on the Dirndl Summer Sew Along, and I did do a little bit of streaming about it last night, and we did some streaming Tuesday night. If you were with me Tuesday, you know I have been felled by the lack of a butler, and I was in so much pain. So I did not get nearly as far as I'd hoped with you on Tuesday. We got a bit further last night. We have book club this weekend, so our normal Sunday Zoom time for crafting does not work. But I would really like to do some hand stitching demonstration and discussion, so I might try squeezing some in tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not going to promise. We'll see how the day progresses. But that's coming along. And so we sort of jumped into the future, and that's why I brought up the caftans. So after the caftans, we're doing dirndls. So if you really are interested in doing a Lollipop Guild dirndl, it would be a good opportunity to learn dirndl making. I'm certain dirndls can be arranged for Wild Wild West Con. We'll talk. So, yes, dirndls. Now, I have not yet made lederhosen myself, but Captain Evie knows a thing or two about lederhosen, and I did track down a pattern. So, hello, dear Joshua. Yes, Mrs. Roper for the win. You are in a room full of people, a virtual room full of people who love caftans so much caftan love. I do believe there might have to be a virtual caftan party at some point in our future, and it may be the case that I've already been talking with someone about it, so you will hear more about that as details unfold. But in the meantime, we'll finish our caftans, we'll move into dirndls, we'll talk about the Lollipop Guilds, and after dirndls it's hat making. So yes, be prepared for all the things. And after hats, who knows, we've talked about a few options after that, so we'll see what comes after those. I'm going to see how long it takes us to get through hats. Dear Yogi, thank you for being with us for a bit. Oh, so Brittany has made prop lollipops. That's wonderful. And Alicia is confirming. Good idea to have both. We might need to have some fake lollipops. Oh my goodness. Yes. Do dive into those caftans. If you have caftan making questions, as always, please share them in the Askew group. Tag me by name if you have an urgent need of a response. I do always check the group every day, but a tag helps me see things a bit faster. Love to you, my dear Wendy, and yes, please ask me to your server when you get that set up for the Miss Fisher. That sounds wonderful. Good night, Barbara. I think we are wrapping up. Oh, Robin, who's with me on the team to help transform the teapot racing track into a Candyland theme, because if I have people helping, it can be achieved. If I'm doing it on my own, it's limited. It's sort of like a Gish adventure, but with teapot racing. Let me know. Oh, Shannon has a Turkish kaftan. That's lovely. Tell her I'm in accordance. Kaftans absolutely forever. They're the best. Everyone needs a kaftan, at least one. But I think I'm shooting for more like a dozen at this point. Oh, good. We have a team. Andy, we should wrangle our team. So, and thank you, dear Robert, for sharing the Patreon. As he says, it helps keep the entourage in lollipops. And dear Cake and Treats, and all of us in Teatime Adventures and in the Sew Along Adventures as well. And yeah, no, Clan Azar is so good at mobilizing and helping. I do not know what we would do without all of you. But it's a big project, and we always have so many projects for Wild West Con. Before I wrap up, I will say this much, and then we shall say good night. The track for teapot racing does need a bit of TLC, and it could use a little bit of elevating for the next Wild West Con. So I'm very excited that a number of you have commented your interest in helping with that. It is more than one person can do. So we will talk. I would love to have some more feats and traps and tricks and things for the teapot racing. And yeah, no, you better listen to the double clicks. Do Rainbow Connection. They are marvelous. Thank you all for being here tonight, for being stalwart, wonderful members of the Temple entourage, and for helping me find so much joy during the quarantine. Please stay home if you are able. Wear a mask if you must go out. Wash your hands. Take care of yourselves. You are treasures, and I adore each and every one of you. Do join the Grand Arbiter tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thank you, dear Joshua. You are the best. That's me, Maxine Headroom. Fewer lines across the screen, though. So do join the Grand Arbiter tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific daytime, and then please join us Sunday in the United States at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, and Canada, North America I should say, more inclusively, and we believe it's 8:30 a.m. if you are in Adelaide, Australia, Monday morning. I don't know what time it is in Hawaii, but I think it's much earlier in the day. So please join us. It would be so good to see you at book club. Don't worry if you haven't finished the book. Just come to have fun, ask questions, meet the author. I shall see you all weekend off and on, and next week. In the meantime, yes, have a wonderful rest of your Friday night. Enjoy some lollipop dreams, and I will see you on the flip side.